Mars is not just a point of light in our night sky. It is a world. It is a destination. For all of human history, we have been a single planet species. This makes us vulnerable. A catastrophe, whether from nature or of our own making, could end our story. Mars offers us a chance to change that. It is a place where we can plant a second outpost for humanity. This isn't just about adventure, it's about survival. It's about ensuring that the sum of human knowledge, art, experience continues, no matter what happens back on Earth. The journey there is a cosmic insurance policy for our species. The dream of Mars is already taking shape. We are no longer just looking through telescopes. We are there, in a robotic sense. NASA's Perseverance rover is currently on the Martian surface. It drives across ancient river deltas. It drives across craters. It drills into rocks. It is searching for signs of past life. This is profound. We are looking for our own cosmic origins, asking if life ever started on another world in our own solar system. The first human homes on Mars will look nothing like our houses on Earth. Our planet's thick atmosphere and our magnetic field protect us. Mars does not offer those luxuries. Its air is 100 times thinner than Earth's. It gives almost no protection from the sun's harsh radiation. Temperatures can swing wildly, balmy on a summer day or colder than Antarctica at night. So our first task is to build a safe shelter. Engineers are exploring bold new designs. One promising idea: lightweight, inflatable habitats. They could be packed into a rocket, flown to Mars, then expanded like a balloon to make living space. Those domes would be the first layer. To block deadly cosmic rays, they'd need covering. Why not use the Martian soil itself? This is called in situ resource utilization, or ISRU. It means using what's already there. Robots could be sent to pile the loose Martian dust and rock, regolith, onto the inflatables. That thick local layer becomes a powerful radiation shield. Another idea: 3D printing habitats. Giant printers could use regolith mixed with a binder to print entire structures layer by layer, creating solid, permanent homes. Nature may also help. Orbiters have spotted entrances that look like caves or lava tubes. These are massive underground tunnels from ancient volcanism. On Earth, lava tubes can be dozens of meters wide and stretch for kilometers. If Mars has similar tubes, they're a jackpot for colonists. Surviving on Mars, we can't bring everything from Earth. Launch costs are enormous, so we must live off Martian resources. The most important resource: water. Water on Mars, frozen in polar caps and buried underground as ice. The first colonists, space miners. Rovers will drill into ice-rich soil. Rovers will also scoop soil. The collected soil is heated in sealed containers. Ice sublimates to vapor. Vapor is captured. Vapor condenses into pure liquid water. This water is life. People will drink it, grow food with it, and use it for sanitation. With water, you can make air. Water, Mars, hydrogen and oxygen. Electrolysis uses electricity to split water. Oxygen forms a breathable atmosphere in habitats. A game changer. No need to ship heavy oxygen tanks. Mars' thin atmosphere is another source. It's about 96% carbon dioxide. MOXIE on Perseverance converts CO2 to O2. This tech is critical for human life support. All these processes need energy. A Mars colony will be power-hungry. Two main power options: the sun and the atom. Mars gets less sunlight than Earth, but large solar arrays, especially near the equator, can still produce power. Biggest solar challenge: Martian dust. Dust covers panels and cuts efficiency. Dust storms can block the sun for weeks. Solar needs a reliable partner. That partner: nuclear power. Small, compact fission reactors provide steady day-night power. A reactor could run life support, heat habitats, and recharge rovers. These reactors aren't giant plants. They are small, safe, reliable. NASA's Kilopower has tested a prototype. A smart grid will combine solar and nuclear for robust, redundant power. Section 4, the Martian menu, cultivating life in the red soil. We cannot live on freeze-dried rations forever. A self-sustaining colony on Mars must be able to grow its own food. Shipping food from Earth is simply too expensive and impractical for a long-term settlement. The answer lies in creating Martian farms. They won't be open fields. Instead, highly controlled, enclosed environments, advanced greenhouses. The Martian soil, the regolith, lacks the organic matter plants need. Early Martian farmers will likely use soil-free techniques. Hydroponics. Hydroponics, plants grown in a nutrient-rich water solution. Roots suspended in water, getting everything they need without soil. Aeroponics. Aeroponics, plants suspended and their roots sprayed with a fine nutrient mist. Both methods use far less water than traditional agriculture. Farms inside pressurized biodomes, powered by efficient LED lights that mimic the sun. LEDs can be tuned to the specific wavelengths plants need most. The first crops must be fast and high yield. Lettuce, radishes, herbs. Fresh greens add variety and help psychological well-being. Later, we could move on to staple crops. Potatoes, wheat, soybeans. Scientists are already studying which plant varieties are best suited for these conditions. They're even exploring genetic tweaks to make crops more resilient. Eventually, we could use Martian regolith itself. First, remove harmful compounds like perchlorates. Then, enrich regolith with composted habitat and plant waste, slowly creating a living soil. It's a long-term goal and crucial for self-sufficiency. A food system does more than just feed people. Plants absorb the carbon dioxide, people exhale and produce the oxygen they breathe. A thriving Martian farm is a thriving Martian colony. Section 5. A bubble of life. The science of survival. Living on Mars means living in a carefully controlled bubble. Outside this bubble, the environment is hostile. The biggest invisible threat is radiation. Mars lacks a global magnetic field. Mars has a very thin atmosphere. The surface is constantly bombarded by galactic cosmic rays and energetic particles from the sun. Long-term exposure increases cancer and other health risks. Protecting the colonists is a top priority. Habitats will need to be built underground, or covered with several meters of regolith. This mass of rock and soil provides an effective shield. Even inside the habitat, life support systems must work flawlessly, 24/7. These will be closed-loop systems. Nothing will be wasted. The water a colonist uses for a shower in the morning will be collected, then purified, and could end up in their drinking water by evening. The air they exhale, rich in carbon dioxide, will be scrubbed from the atmosphere. That captured carbon dioxide will be fed to plants in the greenhouse. The plants will use it for photosynthesis and release fresh oxygen back into the air. Even human waste will be recycled, processed to extract water, and broken down into nutrients that can be used as fertilizer for the crops. Spacesuits will be our personal mobile life support systems. Suits must be durable enough to withstand abrasive Martian dust, flexible enough for geologists to bend down and pick up rocks, and provide excellent radiation protection. They will also need to be easy to put on and take off. These suits are essentially personalized spacecraft, providing pressure control, providing oxygen, providing temperature control. Redundancy will be built into every system. But survival is not just about physical health. It's also about mental health. Mars is very, very far away. Communication with Earth will have a time delay of up to 22 minutes each way. A real-time conversation will be impossible. The first colonists will be living in a small, confined space with the same few people for years. This isolation can lead to stress, conflict, and depression. To counter this, careful crew selection will be vital. Mission planners must provide robust psychological support, including access to virtual reality for recreation, private communication with family, and a schedule that balances meaningful work with personal time. Personal time for hobbies, time for exercise, and social events. Section 6. The Martian Way, Forging a New Society. A colony on Mars will be more than just a collection of scientists in a lab. To truly succeed, it must become a society. In the beginning, the command structure will likely be rigid, similar to a military or an Antarctic research station. Decisions about safety, work, resource allocation will be made by a mission commander in line with protocols set on Earth. This is necessary to ensure survival in the early, fragile stages. But as the colony grows from a handful of pioneers to hundreds and then thousands, this model will need to evolve. A new form of governance will have to emerge. This new government will have to answer fundamental questions. How will laws be made and enforced? How will disputes be settled? The first settlers might adopt a framework based on existing international treaties, like the Outer Space Treaty, which states that no nation can claim ownership of celestial bodies. But these treaties were written for exploration, not settlement. The colonists themselves will need to develop their own social contract. They might experiment with forms of direct democracy enabled by technology or representative councils. The goal will be to create a system that is fair, stable, and suited to the unique challenges of life on Mars. An economy will also begin to take shape. In the early days, there will be no money. Everyone will work for the survival and success of the colony. But as the settlement becomes more established, specialized jobs will appear. People will be miners, farmers, technicians, doctors, teachers, and even artists. A local economy could develop based on the exchange of goods and services. The first major Martian export might be knowledge. Scientific data about Mars, geology, and life in a closed environment would be incredibly valuable to Earth. Later, Mars could become a hub for mining asteroids or a tourist destination for the very wealthy. Over generations, a unique Martian culture will be born. It will be a blend of the cultures brought from Earth, but it will be reshaped by the Martian experience. Children born on Mars, with their bodies adapted to its lower gravity, may never be able to visit Earth. For them, the red planet will be their only home. Section 7. A stepping stone to the stars. Our interplanetary future. Establishing a permanent, self-sustaining human presence on Mars is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. Mars is a destination in its own right. It is also a crucial stepping stone for humanity's expansion into the solar system. Skills, technologies, societal structures will be the blueprint for settling even more distant worlds. Living on Mars will teach us how to be an interplanetary species. The red planet, lower gravity, and a thin atmosphere is an ideal launch point for future missions. Easier and cheaper to reach the asteroid belt from Mars. Easier and cheaper to reach the moons of Jupiter from Mars than launching from Earth's deep gravity well. But as we step into the cosmos, we must act with care and strong ethics. Planetary protection is central to that. If there is, or ever was, microbial life on Mars, we must not contaminate it with Earth microbes. Our rovers and landers are sterilized to reduce that risk. First human missions will follow even stricter protocols, and we must avoid bringing potential Martian organisms back to Earth. This protects Mars, and it protects us. The conversation about who goes to Mars and how its resources are used must be global. Mars doesn't belong to a single country or corporation. The Outer Space Treaty declares it the province of all humankind. As exploration becomes settlement, we need new international agreements for equitable benefit sharing. We must avoid a territorial space race and foster collaboration. The challenges are too great for any one nation alone. Building Mars will require the best of all of us. Becoming multi-planet is about creating a lasting legacy. An investment we may not live to see, but one we can give our descendants. A thriving Martian civilization would be a monument to curiosity, courage, and cooperation. It would reshape our view. Our home is the whole solar system. Mars will push science and tech forward. Innovations like water recycling, renewable energy, food production will have valuable applications back here on Earth. Mars is our chance to build a better future on two worlds at once.